Welcome to 7th class English Conditionals class type 0 and 1 prepared by Gattu Surender. Children, look at the following sentences. See first one. If a coin is tossed, you get either head or tail. If a coin is tossed, you get either head or tail. Look at one more sentence. See here. Yes. If a ball is thrown, it rolls. If a ball is thrown, it rolls. Now one more. If my mother prepares food in time, I will reach the station fast. If my mother prepares food in time, I will reach the station fast. Now last one, see. If they play the game well, they will win the match. If they play the game well, they will win the match. Children, you observe all these sentences carefully. What do you find? Very important one. Yes, you find all the sentences started by if. You know well, it is called if clause. Now let us discuss each and every one in detail. Dear children, now we look at the previous sentences. What you find if you observe the previous sentences? See here. In the first sentence, there are two clauses. The first one is conditional based. And the second clause is the result of the condition. Means the result of the first class. And one more change, one more thing, important thing you have to remember. The condition is introduced by if. The conditional clause started by if. Now, children, observe if the sentence or class which is started by if, that is called if clause. Now, we call the first class is a conditional clause, where the second clause is a main clause. That is nothing but resultant clause of the first one. Resultant clause of the if clause. On the conditional base, this clause takes place. So, we have two clauses in each and every sentence. One is if clause, it is also called conditional clause. And the second one is main clause. It is called resultant clause. If you observe all the previous four sentences, you find two clauses in each sentence. One is if clause and another one is main clause. Now, we discuss in detail about if clauses. Now, children, we learn When to use if clause? You have four types of if clauses. Now we discuss type 0. If clause type 0 we discuss now. When should we use this type of if clause? Let us see. The type 0 if clause is used for saying universal truths. It is used for saying universal truths or universal facts. It is used to explain scientific facts, scientific experiments. So this type 0 if clause is used to explain scientific facts. And one more use, it is used to express experiences and common sense in science. We have so many experiences in science. If you want to express those experiences, you use if clause type 0. So these are the three situations we use if clause type 0. What is type 0? What is the structure of type 0 of if clause? Let us see. Dear children, look at the following sentences to understand the structure of if clause of type 0 and type 1. Look at first sentence. If Earth stops its rotation, there are no day and nights. If Earth stops its rotation, there are no day and nights. Look at the second one. If trees stop to take carbon dioxide, they die. If trees stop to take carbon dioxide, they die. If heart stops its functioning, the person dies. And look at fourth sentence carefully. You can find some difference between first three sentences and other sentences. If you do your job perfectly, you will get satisfaction. If you do your job perfectly, you will get satisfaction. And fifth one, if you start now, you will catch the bus. If you start now, you will catch the bus. Look at last one. If the teacher gives homework, I will do it. If the teacher gives homework, I will do it. Now, look at first sentence. It is type 0. Second also type 0. Third also type 0. What about 4, 5 and 6? They are type 1. How can we say these are the type 0 and these are the type 1? I already explained in the previous slide. When you are going to express the universal truths, universal facts, scientific facts, mathematical experiments, so all these should be in type 0. So here first three are universal truths, universal facts. They are real situation. They must happen. The happening of that incident is completely certain. So that is called
type 0. Look at if Earth stops its rotation. Yes, definitely. If Earth stops its rotation, there are no day and nights. We can't get experience of day and nights. You know, trees take in carbon dioxide. If they stop to take in carbon dioxide, definitely they die. Definitely, that is certain. If heart stops its functioning, when your heart stops its functioning, definitely the person dies. That is also certainty of event, universal fact, scientific truth. So when you are going to talk about the universal facts, scientific truths, mathematical experiments, you can use these kind of sentences. They are called type 0 sentences. Type 0 if clauses. Now look at the 4th, 5 and 6. There is somewhat change in the structure of the sentence of first three and last three. Some structure. We find the difference in the next session. If you do your job perfectly, you will get satisfaction. Yes. Yeah. Sentence talks about certainty, if possibility. The sentence talks about the possibility of the event. It is not completely certain. If you do your job perfectly, you will get satisfaction. Sometimes you may not get. There is a chance to occur that event. There is a certainty, somewhat probability and possibility to happen such event. Not completely 100%. If you start now, you will catch the bus. We are expressing the possibility that you will catch the bus. It may be miss, but if you start now, maximum extent, to the maximum extent, you will catch the bus. If the teacher gives homework, I will do. Okay. These are the sentences of type 1 if clause. If clause with type 1. Possibility of the sentences here in the first three are certainty of the events and incidents. Now children, let us see the structure of type 0 and type 1 of if clauses. Now children, let us discuss the structure of if clause type 0. See here the structure of if clause type 0. Here two clauses, you know well. In each sentence we find two clauses. One is if clause and the other one is main clause. Now look at if clause. If clause should be always in simple present tense only. If clause should be always in simple present tense only. And main clause also should be in simple present. Both the clauses, conditional clause, if clause, or main clause, resultant clause, these should be in simple present tense only. Look at the sentence. If you heat at 100 degrees centigrade, it melts. If clause, if you heat, see, look at the verb heat in simple present. If you heat at 100 degrees centigrade, Main clause or resultant clause. What is the resultant clause? It melts. Melts. It is also in simple present. Now look at one more sentence. If I move this coin. See, underline word move. Move is in present tense only. What is the main clause? I call out, checkmate and win. Here call. Call is in simple present tense only. If I move this coin, I call out, checkmate and win. So these two sentences clearly reflect the certainty of the event. That event must happen. If you heat it 100 degree, definitely it melts. If you move that coin in the chest, definitely you call out checkmate and win the match. So these are the things you remember. When you want to talk about the certainty of the things, universal truths, universal facts, mathematical facts, scientific truths, both sentences, if clause as well as main clause, should be in simple present only. Children, have you got clear? Okay, let us discuss all these with some more examples in the next slide. Now children, let us have examples of type 0. See here, examples of type 0. Look at the first one and second one. See first one. If sun does not rise daily, nobody survives. If sun does not rise daily, nobody survives. Look at the second sentence. If a coin is tossed, it reaches earth. If a coin is tossed, it reaches earth. Look at third one. One more sentence. If you touch the flame, your fingers burn. If you touch the flame, your fingers burn. See here, the first sentence is universal truth. Yes. If sun does not rise, nobody survives. We require sunlight to live. That is universal truth. Look at the second one. It is a scientific fact. What is the scientific fact here? If a coin is tossed, if you toss the coin, definitely it reaches down. It reaches the earth. That is scientific fact. What is the fact? That is a gravitational force that you know well. And look at third one. If you touch the flame, your fingers burn. Here, the sentence is clearly the experience of somebody else. Unless it is experience, that can't be stated. So, these are the universal facts, truths, scientific facts, experiences. All these should be expressed in type 0 only. Means both the clauses, if clause as well as main clause, should be in simple present tense only. Okay, children, have you got an idea now? Yes.
Now children, we learn now usage of if clause. Here type 1. Students, don't bother about type 1. We have 3 types of if clauses. You forget the
type 1. Now the simple if clause, the basic if clause, how can we use? Let us see here. It is possible to fulfill a condition which is given in the if clause. So whatever the sentence in the if clause, that is to be fulfilled. That is to be fulfilled means the sentence is possible. Whenever it is possible, that if clause is used in type 1. Okay? Now, it means the condition is a possible event, not a probable or impossible event. So, whatever the sentence you mentioned in if clause, that is a possible event that can be happen. It is not a probable or impossible event. So, the if clause sentence is a possible here. That will happen. Okay, children? The condition can be performed. The condition can be performed. I already told. It can be happen. Now, children, you can use if clause in 3 ways. How can we use that if clause in 3 ways? Let us learn. See here. If clause and main clause. I have already told you we have 2 clauses in the if clause. One is if clause conditional clause and another one is main clause C, that is resultant clause. Always if clause should be used in simple present. Here type 1 that you have in your textbook, you have only simple present of if clause. How can we use that simple present tense? In 3 ways. Let us see here. See, if clause should be always in simple present. But main clause can be used in 3 ways. See here, 3 ways. The first one is will plus future. The second one is infinitive. The third one is modal plus infinitive. So, in 3 ways we use in main clause. But generally, most of the cases we use the first case only, means will plus future. That is simple present if clause and will plus future main clause. Now, let us discuss all these in few examples. Let us go for examples now. Children, let us have a few examples to understand the first case. First case means the if clause is in simple present and main clause is with will plus future. Okay, children, I have already shown in the previous slide. Let us discuss first case. See here, if clause and main clause both are given. First sentence, look at the first sentence. If you walk fast, if you walk fast, you will reach in time. You will reach in time. See if clause. If is there and the clause is in simple present. How can you recognize that is in simple present? Yes, with the help of verb. Verb given in the if clause. What is the verb? Walk. walk is the verb here. Based on this verb, we can say that this if clause is in simple present tense only. Okay, children? Now look at the main clause. What is the first case in the main clause? Main clause should be will plus future. Will itself represent the future tense. So here, you will reach in time. You will reach in time. So will. Here in main class we have used will. So this is the structure of if clause. Understand carefully. Try to understand. The first clause should be in simple present. The verb should be used in simple present tense only. And the main clause should be in future, that is by using will. If you walk fast, you will reach in time. See the second sentence. If they do work, if they do hard work, if they do hard work, they will pass the test. If they do hard work, they will pass the test. In the if clause, the verb is do in the present tense only. In the main clause, we have used will. And look at the third sentence. If she prepares food, we will eat more. If she prepares food, we will eat more. See, in the if clause, the verb prepares. The prepares is in simple present, and in the main clause.
Let us have a few examples for the second situation, that is simple present tense and infinitive. See here, three examples are given. Look at them. Yes, if clause and main clause. There is no change in if clause. The only change in main clause. If clause is always used in simple present tense here. Either first one or second one or third one. But main clause will be changed. In the previous examples, the main clause is with the help of will. We have framed the main clause with the help of will, means using will. But here, the main clause will be with to infinitive. See here first sentence. If you see Raju today, tell him to attend class. If you see Raju today, tell him to attend class. Look at the if clause. The main verb see is in present tense only. No change. But look at the main clause. There is a change in the main clause. Nowhere the word will is not used. Here, to infinitive is used instead. Tell him to attend class, to attend, to go, to come. So, these are the infinitives we use in main clause. That change takes place in main clause. Observe second sentence also. If they meet her in home, suggest her to prepare well. If they meet her in home, suggest her to prepare well. Here, if clause, main verb, meet, that is in simple present tense, but in main clause, will is not there. Instead, we have used to prepare. To prepare, to infinitive is used here. And look at the third sentence. If my uncle comes with friends, tell them to keep quiet. If my uncle comes with friends, tell them to keep quiet. Here in the if clause, the main verb comes is in present tense only.
But where in main clause no will is used? Here to infinitive is used. So this is the second type of usage of if clause. Children, have you got understood? Children, now we go for third situation. Let us have a few examples with simple present tense and modal plus infinitive. What are the changes we make in main clause? In the third situation, let us see with examples. See if clause and main clause. Look at the first sentence. If you play well, you can win the match. If you play well, you can win the match. There is no change in if clause where the verb play is in present tense only. But look at the main clause. Here we have used modal verb can. You can win the match. Instead of using will, we can use another modal verbs here. Here we have used can. Look at the second sentence. If it jumps high, it may catch it. Jumps, main verb in present tense only. If clause is in present tense only, but where main clause may, modal verb may is used and catch it infinitive. So if it jumps high, it may catch it. Look at the third sentence. If we plan well, we can achieve it. Here in the if clause, main verb plan is used in present tense only. But in main clause, we have used modal can. So this is the third type of situation we can use. So far, you have learned if clause by using in three ways. The first one, will plus future. Second one, to infinitive. And third one, modal plus infinitive. These are the three types of clauses we use when we want to frame the sentences with if clause. Students, now we prepare different sentences using if clause with the help of a few examples. Let us see here. Now we see how to combine two sentences with if clause with examples. See here one by one. Look at this first sentence. Move fast. One sentence. You will catch the bus. Another sentence. Here two sentences are given. We can use if clause to combine these two sentences. See here. If you move fast, you will catch the bus. If you move fast, you will catch the bus. What is the condition? Condition is moving fast. If you do this, then you will get that. If you move fast, you will catch the bus. So, the if clause should be first one. Condition should be first. For condition, we add if. Look at second sentence. I feel happy. I share with my friends. Two sentences. I feel happy. And another sentence. I share with my friends. Now we combine these two sentences using if. If I feel happy, I will share with my friends. If I feel happy, I will share with my friends. Now look at one more sentence.
One more example here. My brother teases me. I will complain to my mother. See here, two sentences. My brother teases me. I will complain to my mother. Now we combine these two sentences using if my brother teases me, I will complain to my mother. If my brother teases me, I will complain to my mother. So, if you observe the three sentences, if clause is used in the beginning. But I already told if clause can also be used in the second sentence also. Let us see one more example here. Get up early in the morning. Your mind will be fresh. Here two sentences, but what is the condition here? Get up early in the morning. So this conditional clause can also be used at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning. See here, your mind will be fresh if you get up early in the morning. So you can use in this way also. Children, now you are able to combine the sentences with the help of if clause.
Children, you have to remember one thing. When you are going to use if clause, what's that? See here. If clause can be used at the beginning or at the end of the sentence. If clause can be used at the beginning of the sentence or end of the sentence. Means either first sentence or second sentence. See here with some examples. If my friend helps me in the game, I will win the match. If my friend helps me in the game, I will win the match. If you look at this sentence, if clause is at the beginning of the sentence. Beginning. In the first sentence, if clause is used. And we can use the if clause at the end of the sentence also. How can we use that? Let us see here. We will get good marks in the test if my teacher explains in detail. We will get good marks in the test if my teacher explains in detail. See children, observe carefully. The if is used at the beginning of the second sentence, end of the sentence. See here, at the beginning of the second sentence, the if clause is used. Now, look at these two examples. You can understand that if clause can be used with first sentence or it can be used in the second sentence. Observe one change in the sentence where if clause is used at the end of the sentence. See in the second example. No comma is used. No comma is used between the two sentences here. But where if clause is used at the beginning of the sentence, comma is used. So this change you have to observe carefully. Okay, children? I hope you have understood well. Thank you.